Hi guys, this is Cristian speaking. For this week's assignment, I'll be dealing with algorithmics and convolution reverbs. First of all, what reverb means? Reverb stands for reverberation, and that's the persistence of sound in a particular space after the original sound is produced. A reverb is created when a sound is produced in an enclosed space, causing large number of echoes to build up and then slowly decay as the sound is absorbed by the walls and air. That means that as time passes, the volume of many echoes is reduced until they cannot be heard at all. In music production, we use reverb to give the impression of sounds being in a real acoustic space, providing the mix with front to back depth. We'll be talking about two different kinds of reverbs: algorithmic reverbs and convolution reverbs. A convolution reverb simulates the reverberation of a physical space by using real sound samples pre-recorded from those real spaces. The sound samples are known as impulse response or IR. Impulse response enables the acoustic characteristics of a location, such as a concert hall, a cathedral, or even a canyon, to be captured are digitally simulated through a mathematical convolution operation, hence its name. When we apply a convolution reverb plugin, each sample of our audio signal is convolved, that is, it's winded together with the samples in the IR file, creating a reverb tail with the characteristic of the room used for sampling the IR, that's then applied to the main signal. This kind of process takes a lot of work from our computers. Because of that, rather than using it as an insert effect per channel, usually it's advisable to use them through aux tracks in order to save some processing power, meaning that with the same amount of processing power, you can apply the convolution reverb to several tracks at once, rather than having to multiply that processing power depending on the tracks you want to apply that reverb into. While convolution reverbs model the reverberation sounds after a pre-recorded sample, algorithmic reverbs use calculations based on hypothetical rooms and other space to generate the reverb sounds. This requires less processing power from our computers and provides sounds that tend to be more sharper and artificial, which is not necessarily a bad thing. This is the musical example I created for week 3 assignment, which includes 3 different bass guitar tracks. As I use the same sound when recording those tracks, the bass line gets lost in the mix. In order to solve this, I'm going to apply some reverb on the tracks with a harmonic background. I'm going to send the output of channels 3 and 4, the ones with the bass guitar chords, to 2 aux tracks I'll create, one for the algorithmic and one for the convolution reverb. As far as each reverb plugin colors the sound in a particular way, different types of reverb are good for different applications. For example, we could use a plate reverb for drum tracks on a project, while using a convolution reverb for a string section within the same project. It's not necessarily a matter of realism. It's not a matter of looking always for a natural sounding reverb. We've grown up listening to a lot of music preset with artificial sounding reverbs, so we got used to those sounds till finding them musically appropriate. So even convolution reverbs are far better at simulating real spaces than algorithmic reverbs, which requires a lot of processing power. Sometimes it's that kind of color algorithmic reverbs provide the one we're looking for our project. I like to think about reverbs like different ingredients that will help me spicing my mix up. I hope this video has been useful for you and helps you understand a little better the way different reverbs function and the way they can be used within a mix. Thank you very much for listening. Bye.